And it's go time. Hey, want to welcome everybody to our friends and family meetup night. I'm excited to be with you. My name is Seth Mulder, and I get to play the host tonight. Welcome you here and kind of give you a little direction and just keep the ball moving. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 speakers tonight in a less than 20-minute, 16-minute meetup. I could see Eileen's laughing. She's like, depends on if it's going to be 16 minutes if you talk long, Seth. I want to welcome you here. If you are here as maybe a potential or prospective user, somebody who's interested in health, welcome here for the first time. Many and maybe most of you are here as biohackers, as what I think the world of marketing would call us the health activated individual, people who are wanting to activate those inner workings of the health inside of them. So welcome tonight. We're going to share some awesome stories and really 3 things. Number 1, thank you. Let me say thank you from everyone who's on here, especially those who are the health entrepreneurs, the people who invited their friends here, the people who are diehards at educating people about biohacking, about what we call flipping the switch, flipping those internal switches inside the human body to gain optimal health span, lifespan. So if you're a customer and you've been on these products or you're currently on a product, can I just be mouthpiece for every one of the other entrepreneurs on here and just say thank you. Thank you for supporting their business. Thank you for supporting small business. I 100% believe that the economy, the backbone of the economy is small business. It's home business, it's family business, it's cottage business. So thank you. Thank you for supporting them in, frankly, their businesses and in their callings. Number 2, we're going to talk tonight and share some story about biohacking. What is it doing for people? Why is it important? And then just jumping into some of the real life stories. So let me share screen here really quickly. I'm going to tell you just really briefly some of the science that pulled me into looking at biohacking from a health perspective. Let me see if I can dial up and find these 2 pieces of information. I just had them here. And I can see Eileen's looking at a stopwatch. She's saying, are you really going to be able to do it, Seth? Are you really going to be able to do it? She's looking at the stopwatch. Okay, I found them. Let me load these 2. Wendy, give me a thumbs up if you see my screen. Okay. All right. Number 1 piece of information that I think is absolutely critical for you to understand is that there are switches inside the body. One of those switches, by the way, is called NRF2. NRF2 is worth studying. It's worth doing something about. Researchers have made over 10,000 studies. We're talking about the Harvards and the National Institutes of Health and the US government and government agencies around the world. And any researcher doing anything on health, the human body, chemistry, biology, they know about these processes. And one of the emerging subjects is NRF2, flipping the NRF2 switch in the body. This is what they say, quote, the health effects of NRF2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, end quote. Let me continue. Later in the research study, quote, raising NRF2, in other words, flipping the NRF2 switch in your body, is, quote, likely to be the most important health promoting approach into the foreseeable future, end quote. Wow. If there's one thing that you could do, it'd be to flip this switch. I absolutely love that. I'm going to actually end the share right there because I want to get to these stories. So I'm going to go to Janie and Valin, 2 friends of mine. Janie's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Valin lives out in the country, a place so small in Utah, they don't even have a name for it. But just to share their stories about flipping the switch, Janie first and then Valin, go ahead.
Okay, and I'm timing this one, so. Okay, in 2005, I was diagnosed with the worst case of chronic fatigue that anyone in the nation had. And there was only 1 lab in the nation that tested it, so that's why I know that. I was homeschooling 3 kids. I was a real estate agent that worked mostly full-time. And I had gotten to where I was non-functional. I would go downstairs in the morning and I wouldn't go back up again until I went to bed. And usually my husband was, while I was pulling myself up the banister, he was pushing my bum to help me get up. I had 3 children and they could run up and down for me. Fast forward to 2011. My husband's identical twin brother had his first heart attack. They were 41 years old, and their father had had his first heart attack at 42. So this was huge cause for concern. I had a friend who had been talking to me for quite a while about a product that I just quite frankly wasn't interested in. I didn't think it could do anything for me. And I was just done with business. But with my husband, my brother-in-law's heart attack, we started taking it in November of 2011. So it's been 9 years. I was only taking it for, because if I wasn't taking it, my husband would never have taken it. So about 6 months later, one day I needed something upstairs, no kids were around, and I ran upstairs. And I got to the top of the stairs and I stopped and went, what's wrong with this picture? It was the first time in probably 7 years that I had run up the stairs. And I did it easily. I wasn't out of breath. I didn't need to collapse. It was phenomenal. And the only difference was this product that we've been taking. I had been on antivirals. They're pretty hard on your system. So I would take them and then they would stop working anyway. So I had been taking those, but I'd stopped taking them because they weren't doing any good. So the only difference was that I started sleeping through the night. My insomnia was pretty much gone. My bones that had felt like heavy, full of lead, were no longer that way. And now 9 years later, I still have never had a relapse. And I haven't ever gone back in to have a blood test to see if I still have the chronic fatigue markers or not. But it has been a phenomenal change in my life. So 3 minutes, 4 seconds.
Awesome. Thank you, Janie. Lynn, you're up.
Okay, my name's Lynn and I do live in Utah. And my story started, I didn't realize it, but when I was a year old, a shed fell on me. Like my mom and aunt were milking this wild cow and it pulled the shed down, pinned me underneath, and they pulled me out and I'm alive, but I ended up growing up with one leg shorter than the other one. And that put some pressure on my hip and back and knees. And so first of all, after being really active, raising 6 children, rodeoing, riding horses, being involved in the community and church, coaching sports. I was so involved with my kids and family. And then at about age 50, I started to slow down. And then I had all kinds of discomfort in my knees, in my hip, in my back. And then we were brought to this Protandim, the yellow pill, in 2012. And we started to do it, my sister and I, because she had been diagnosed with breast cancer, but we had the same knees, we call them the Taylor knees. And we both received the comfort after a couple of weeks. And I could only lay on one side to sleep. And then all of a sudden, after 8 months, my hip starts feeling better. And then 10 months and my back's feeling better. And I can lay anywhere I want now. I can lay on any side, front, back, any position. I thought I was headed to a wheelchair, but no wheelchair. I'm walking. I wasn't even able to walk about 5, 6, well, it was probably more like 15 years ago, I started to slow down walking, and I could hardly stand to walk from like 1 block. And I remember thinking in my mind, oh, I have to walk that block. What am I going to do? And it was so discomforting and it just wasn't fun at all. And I could see myself like having to redo my kitchen and have the cupboards lowered and being in a wheelchair. And now I can walk. I have no discomfort. I'm just that yellow pill. I'm so happy that we found it. It was the only product then, and that and the True Science. And it's totally done so many wonderful things for my family and myself. And I just want to let the whole world know about it.
Wow. Thank you, Janie, Lynn. I'm watching the chat box. Powerful, powerful stories. So I want to transition now because we've been talking about the internal side of things. Okay. Something that a lot of people that we work with, in fact, a lot of our customers don't know that we've developed science and other answers, right? Other products to help in other aspects of our life based on this science. So one of those is a line of products we call True Science, skincare, a 4-step system, 4 different products. And we want to dive into some stories today about True Science, about not just the beauty side of things, but the health side of our skin. So I'm going to go Carolee, Lillian, Wendy, Kim, just to tell their stories back to back to back to back. And I'm not going to take any of their time. Go ahead, Carolee.
Okay. First of all, thank you all for being here with us. It's truly a privilege to be able to share with you. So I'm Carolee Gould. I'm from sunny Florida my whole life. I've always been an outdoor person. And as a youngster, I spent all my free time either at the beach or riding horses. So now, if I'm not riding my horse, which I do every single day, I'm on lawn service duty on my farm because I love it. So I do have fair skin, and I ended up at the dermatologist every 3 months having spots frozen, or even worse, when they dig hunks out of your face to get clean edges. And that's just, you don't want to do that. That's not fun at all. So about 3 years ago, I was introduced to this technology, and believe me, I became a regular user. I don't miss a single day. I don't miss a single treatment of flipping the switches or putting this True Science on my skin every day, never miss. So my dermatologist went from, your skin looks great, see you in 3 months. Then she says, I don't need to see you for 6 months. And my last visit was, I don't need to see you for a year. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that. No more chunks out of my face. And I will certainly forever be grateful to my friend who shared this with me. Forever. Thank you.
Wow. Awesome stories. Hi, my name is Lillian, and I am a dog trainer in Ocala, Florida. And I do use the True Science products on my dogs for multiple things, rashes, hot spots, and have amazing results. But where I live, this is horse country. And we have so many stories of people using these products on their horses. And horses are their skin is so delicate. And so people have started using it when they cut themselves, when they have bruises, and usually it's a big problem to get these animals to heal because the wounds get infected with the flies, and it's just amazing when you see the progression of, how faster. I think Seth is going to share a screen. So this is a typical, it's a little gross, not for the faint of heart, but as you can see in that picture, I don't know how this horse ended up with this wound in his nostril, and they can't take stitches. There's really nothing you can do other than try to keep it clean and hope for the best. So they just started applying the True Science, the number 4, which is what we call the anti-aging. And oh my God, like you can almost not see a scar. And there's another issue that happens with horses, that they start developing like these growths. And apparently it's very common, and they get them frequently, and they treat them and they come back, and they treat them and they come back. And the same thing, we have people that have submitted before and after of applying this True Science on these growths, and then they literally fall off. They fall off and land up on people's hands, and then they continue applying it, and it's almost like there's no scar. There's absolutely no scar, like you can see there with that nostril. So this works, that NRF2 activation, it works 7 layers down the skin, and it's just really, I would say, accelerates that normal healing process that would occur. But it's really a big relief when you can do it that fast and avoid infections and, other complications. So that's our story.
Hey everybody, I'm Wendy Colley. I currently live in Colchester, Vermont. Grew up in Hawaii. As you can sort of tell, my light's not great here, but I'm pretty fair skinned. Grew up with a lot of sunburns, and I wasn't always so good about putting sunscreen on. There wasn't great sunscreen back then, but what I wanted to share with you is about our TrueScience skincare line. 2 things. One is I've noticed that when I'm not really good about using it, I get these little spots on the side of both of my eyes, little raised red dots. And when I am good about doing my TrueScience, even if it's once a day versus twice a day, they go away. It's just really amazing. They just kind of like, they're just gone, which is just a huge thing that I've realized that, I need to take better care of my skin, and our skincare line is just so amazing what it does in the studies that we've read about. The other thing I wanted to share with you is something that really showed me that not only is this working on the outside of my body, our products, but they're working on the inside. In February, about 4 years ago, I came out of the classroom on a Friday afternoon. At the time, I was a kindergarten assistant teacher. And you can imagine there's a fair amount of hand washing going on. Kind of reminds me of COVID, trying not to get sick. I realized that it was this beautiful day, and I looked down at my hands, the back of my hands, and my right hand, all across my knuckles, were cut and scraped, and my skin looked all crocodile-y. My left hand didn't look that way. And that is, I use the step 4, it's a pump bottle. When I go to put it on my face, I put it on the back of my left hand, and then I apply it to my face. So I realized that there was a dramatic difference in my hands. And that just showed to me that NRF2 activation works. It works on the exterior of my skin, and it works inside my body as well. And that was just amazing proof positive that we saw. So that's my quick story. Sorry, I was a little over, Seth, but I tried to keep it short.
Love it. Awesome stuff. Wendy and Kim. I'm sorry, Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Hightower. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. Sorry, my granddaughter's right here, so I have a little distraction. I love the TrueScience skincare. When it came out, that's all we had was the cream, the anti-aging cream, and I had really dry skin. I didn't have one system that I was using because I couldn't find one that I really liked. And I had to keep reapplying throughout the day. And when I changed to the TrueScience skincare system, because now we have all 4 and it's incredible. I don't have to reapply. My skin is really soft, and I love the touch and the feel of my skin. And one other thing, and I only use one system now, of course, and I've been told that I look younger than I am, and so that's always a compliment to have, is being told that that you look younger. So I love the skincare system, and I love all the products, the hair care system, and everything. But that's my story about the skincare system. Thanks for letting me share.
Love it. Awesome. Powerful. We wanted to talk about skincare tonight. From a beauty perspective, absolutely. But even maybe more importantly, from a health perspective, right? A skin, taking care of your skin from a health perspective. So with that, I want to go into part 3 tonight. Turn this over to CEO Eileen. This lady's an amazing at-home entrepreneur to talk about something we're super pumped about. It's a way to show a bunch of love to our customers. People who are on these products. We have something called the Friends and Family Discount, and I'll give it up to Eileen.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. So we're going to just talk about sharing, which we already have, because we all love to share things we love with people we care about. And right now, who would you want to share all this health and wellness with that you're already experiencing because you're already on products that you know and you love? So who of your friends and family and your animals need to know about these products? So LifeVantage has a great program where you share 10 and you get 10. So what does that look like? So let's pretend this is you. You're a customer right now with LifeVantage, and you share with your friend. He's an athlete, he's a student, he wants endurance on the trail, and he just wants brain clarity. So he gets some products, he saves $10. You get $10 off of your next order. You share with your grandparents and your aunts and uncles. They get $10 because they want to be vibrant in their retirement years. And now you have $20 off your next one-time order. And then you think of your best friend who's juggling 5 balls in the air at the same time between being a mom and schoolwork and everything else that she's doing. She gets $10 off of her first order. That gives you $30 off your next order. So here's the details that I want you to know about. 1, there are no limits to the $10 credits you can earn. Number 2, they are automatically applied to your next order. This is so awesome. You don't have to keep track. LifeVantage, you put in that order, boom, it's applied. There's your discount. This is the fine print. They must be spent by the end of the following month. So if your friends and family order in November and you don't have an order in November, you need to spend them by the end of December. So here's what you need to do. 1, who do you know who needs to know about these products in the life health stand that we can have? Send them your link and connect them. And let me show you how to get your link. So you log into lifevantage.com, you scroll to the bottom of the page where you see your unique link. And then you click on that and this page will populate. Fill in the appropriate information and this page populates and there's your unique link and you can share it however you feel most comfortable. Now, if you were to log into LifeVantage, right here you log in, you go to your ID or your email. And when you log in, you go to your name and you can put your pointer down here and there's share 10, get 10. This page populates again. There's all the arrows to give you your links to be able to share with people. Now, if you want to know how much money you have accrued, that's right there with the credits. So everything's right there, super simple for you to find those links. And this PowerPoint will be available for you guys to look at. So 1, get your link. 2, share with your loved ones. And 3, and most importantly, feel better and do more. You're muted.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Goodness gracious. Hey, thank you. Eileen, wow, that was, I don't know if it's ever been done. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my co-hosts for being on here tonight. We keep these short. This is our friends and family meetup. We're passionate. One of the reasons that we do what we do as entrepreneurs is, of course, it provides us income. But an income, a job is something you do because you get paid. A mission is, or a calling is something you do because you have passion. And I think that describes why we are here tonight. So we'll make this a recording available. We've really talked about, skin health and how to save money on the product. Everybody, this call is a wrap. God bless everybody.